for another edition of Expressions. Today we will be discussing the art of photography with members of the SUPRM Media Group. They are Jadien Sutton, Director of SUPRM Media Group, and Omoj Williams, Lead Photographer of the SUPRM Media Group. Good morning, gentlemen, and it's our pleasure to welcome you to the set of Good Morning SKN.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy you could join us this morning.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
You are certainly welcome. So, are you two morning persons?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Of course not.
So, how will you catch a picture of the sunset in the morning?
Well, if I need to be there, I'm gonna be there.
Oh, but other than that,
If it comes to work, I'll be up. But if not, I'm not.
oh my
They are not
gosh.
morning
Try
person.
to get everybody to be morning
We
people.
prefer
Well,
nightlife.
this is a start. This is definitely a start. Getting them on Good Morning SKN.
Indeed, indeed.
So, like taking pictures in the day though, so let's finish this.
Let us talk about your personal inspirations for becoming photographers. I'll start with Omoj.
Well, it first started when I got my first camera from my granddad.
Okay.
And it was like leaving high school, going into college.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Jadien in primary school actually, but in college they got into photography.
Okay.
And I just wanted to be around people with the same interests.
Oh,
And
like-minded.
then we built on it from there.
Oh, okay. So why did your granddad give you a camera before we continue with Jadien? Why did he give you a camera?
Well, for those that know my granddad, he's a very interesting person. So I guess he saw a lot of things in me.
Okay.
And he knew that with a camera I would be able to achieve. But that was not the only thing he gave me in his
Okay.
lifetime. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's
Okay.
only one of them.
Jadien, how did you begin?
Well, in college, I borrowed his camera for a project for environmental science. We had to take some pictures for a project, and I just didn't want to give it back. So me and another member of SUPRM, Omoj Williams, we borrowed his camera and we went everywhere with it. We kind of just went downtown Port Zante, went Timothy Hill, Frigate Bay, that kind of thing, and we just fell in love with it.
So how does photography help to express yourself?
It gives you a way to kind of tell a story.
Okay.
You get to express yourself through photos. You get to show people how you see the world in a way. So it just helps with that.
For me, I've gained a lot of appreciation for fulfilling the needs of clients, helping them live their dream or bring their vision to a reality.
Very well said.
Nice.
And what's your favorite aspect of being photographers?
For me, it's evoking emotion from people. So in events, at weddings, that kind of thing, people really love to see like happy things, like smiling, laughing, jumping up and down. I really like to evoke emotion.
Okay. Omoj?
For me, is as well the same thing, but I also have a lot of appreciation for meeting people from different
nice.
walks of life, etc.
So this is the jump up night tonight at the festival, right? We have to include this part. How are you gentlemen able to capture what you want to capture with people bouncing, throwing hands? How?
You just have to be aware of everything going on. You have to have like a sixth sense to kind of know when things are about to happen, who's going to be the jump up type of person. You kind of have to feel out the crowd, know where you should be and when you should be there.
Okay, good stuff.
Well, for me, from time I see the camera do something crazy, gone crazy, yeah, make some content. There we go. Artists too, anybody, performers, artists, crowd, everybody.
There you go.
Maybe setting up the tent, just put on a smile and put the tent, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna capture a picture. That's good. That's good. So let's talk about the launch. When did you gentlemen launch? Why did you launch then? And what did you think kept you back from launching before?
Well, okay. Unofficially, we started SUPRM Media Group in 2017.
Okay.
It was myself, Omaj, and Ronell, another member. We came together to kind of express our goals in terms of photography. We wanted to form a media group.
Yeah.
So we had this whole thing where we stayed up all night and we came up with a bunch of names. Like at one point we were going to be called Imperial Media, but then we were like, no, that sounds a little too old fashioned. So we landed on SUPRM, and then in 2021 we met Devon Rowland, and we kind of just meshed perfectly together.
Oh, nice.
So he came onto the team, and then this year we had a rebrand where we kind of changed the spelling. We revamped a lot of logos.
Okay.
We wanted to push a different image, so that's what I would consider the official launch
Yeah,
of
man.
Supreme Media.
Shout out Devon. You really bring a fresh air into the group, and we appreciate that a lot, bro.
That's good.
And we got lots of different people we work with as well.
You want to mention some of those folks, or you don't want to get in trouble?
Well, I can mention Zubidaya because Randall, who is our next member of us, he's always studying right now.
Okay.
A really big part. He helps. Well, no, she helps him out a lot.
Okay.
And as a member, I could see the value in her.
Yeah.
So I appreciate her a lot.
Oh, that's so
awesome.
sweet. She got her
Indeed.
flowers. Let's talk about the tagline: pushing the boundaries by any means.
Who came up with that tagline?
It was a collective decision
Okay.
where all of us we were coming up with, I guess, a mission statement in a way, or well, a motto, and we really stuck it down because it really encapsulates what we do.
Okay.
Pushing the boundaries by any means. It just means keeping the standard as high as possible in every task. We try to stay ahead of the game in a way. We try to stay outside of the box. We don't like to do things the old-fashioned way or the standard way. We don't really like to.
In other words, y'all trendsetters.
Yeah, we try to set trends. We try to lead the pack.
Get
Yeah,
it?
man. A lot of people put themselves in a box in saying it's
Not
whether
y'all.
they don't talk themselves or what's not. If we have a task to complete, we try to do it at the most of our ability and more, and try to just give it an extra flair.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
guys have said so many things, but I know there are many photographers in stkitts. What sets you apart? What sets apart Supreme from the others?
Well, okay. A lot of photographers in stkitts, they work alone. The good thing about Supreme is that we're a team of young creatives. So we often have influences from more modern pieces of work. So we study a lot of cinema. We study a lot of regional photographers as well, international photographers. We try not to take a lot of inspiration from locals. I find that a lot of locals just see what other locals are doing and then do that. We try to
No.
avoid things like that.
I like that.
Indeed,
Yep.
indeed. And being a photographer is a skill. How important it is to have a skill instead of going the traditional, being a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer. How important it is to have a skill.
Don't get beat up now, you know.
Well, I feel in this day and age, you could succeed by doing anything,
Right.
as long as you put your mind to it. Don't talk yourself out of anything. You should always strive to be your best, push the boundaries in anything, and be creative because there's a lot of opportunities in saying it's. You could fit what we do into a lot of different industries.
Correct is right.
Everybody needs a photographer,
Everybody
but not
does.
everybody could be a photographer or a videographer.
Ooh.
So just find something that you love and pursue it. Don't stop.
Yeah, and to add to that, the importance of having a skill, it's just really about what you find naturally because some people aren't skill oriented. Some people, they need to go practice and become, let's say, a lawyer, doctor, that kind of thing. It's just really what comes to you naturally.
Right. And what are some of the photography offered by Supreme Group?
I tell you, we shoot anything. Yeah. Well, I like
and smile.
I like telling stories in my photography for sure.
This is nice.
I like doing events a lot. I'm trying to get into we're trying to get into more concept oriented pieces of work. But for sure we enjoy the events, we enjoy weddings, anything.
Officially, we do portrait sessions, so we do portrait photography for individuals. We do studio photography. We do event coverage, whether video or photo. We do weddings and anything in between.
So for those persons who are watching, and let's say they have their own camera, for Supreme Group, can they do their own video and take their own pictures and take it into y'all, and y'all could edit and get them printed? Or we have to book you solely for the entire event?
We prefer not to do that,
Right.
but we're not one to be very strict on how somebody would like to hire us. So if that's what you need us to do, we can be hired as solely editors, or we can just facilitate the product however you want it to be.
Well said.
I see your group has different facets. So there's photography, there's daily visuals, motivational content, and the upcoming release of the, is it SUP4L merchandise?
Sup 4L.
SUP4L. I apologize.
What's up?
So let's talk about that.
Okay, so in terms of the daily visuals, they're not as daily as they used to be. As we call it, like the Keep It Supreme, I guess, Keep It Supreme series. Back in the day, back about like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I used to take photos every single day. So I tried to put out a new piece of content every day, and it was all landscapes. So I was trying to show off the beauty of stkitts
Okay.
It's evolved this year into more motivational quotes, because I guess we don't really like to do the same thing for too long. We try to spice it up. We try to find a way to revamp it. So Rondell is actually the one who revamped it this year when he added a lot of motivational quotes. So,
Photography and stuff like that.
yeah, so we try to, people really love that. So you tap into two different markets: people who just love photos,
Yes.
people who need motivational quotes in their feed all the time.
Okay. What
then-
about the merchandise?
In terms of the merchandise has been a long way coming. We're still in a planning phase to try and roll out certain things. What I can say this year is definitely coming. We're going to try and do some more prints in regards to the Keep It Supreme series.
Okay.
A lot of people have hit me up. They want posters or canvases of certain images that we put out. So I'm going to work on that for later this year. In terms of other merchandise, we're working on a clothing line
Okay, nice.
yet to be announced.
Okay, good
Quite
stuff.
talented.
Gotta
So
wait and see.
indeed. So share with us this upcoming summer party, some fever. Like, is it the first event y'all will be hosting?
It's our first official event. We've hosted many smaller events under different names. I don't know if you remember Viabel. Viabel had a event called Cruise last year. It was a cat cruise. But this year we're pushing events on the Supreme Media. So Supreme Fever is our official first event. It's going to be a pool party at Fairview, Saturday 29th July. I'd like for all of you guys to come. It should be a really, really good vibe. We're trying to showcase a lot of local talent. So we have a lot of, it's not the typical lineup. We have a lot of local performers like Jedos, we have Saf, we have Dino, G4E, Xavi, and then we have a few more surprises to be announced in the coming weeks.
So you said it's the 29th of July.
Saturday 29th of July
time
at
does this-
Fairview. It starts at 3 p.m.
Okay.
And what's the dress code like?
Dress code, it's
Pool party.
Yeah, we like to jump in the pool.
I mean, you never know.
we honestly want
I want to see everybody in the pool, please.
Yeah, we honestly want people to dress in pool wear or beach wear. So I don't want to see anybody in there in any jeans. I don't even really want you to wear closed shoes. I want you to wear like flip flops, sandals. I
Can
want you
we
to be
wear
comfortable.
Crocs?
Yeah, you can wear
Okay,
Crocs.
'cause I
I want
know-
you to be comfortable. I
Okay.
want you to be able to jump in the pool, have fun, be free, you know. So summer wear, beach wear / pool wear.
Where do we get the tickets?
Tickets are sold right now at SK Fashion Plus. That's across the road from Burger King.
Okay.
As well as we do have tickets on Jet.
Okay.
100, okay.
Alright, nice.
And as we wrap, tell us how can folks watching book Supreme Group?
Well, on social media, you can send us a DM.
Okay.
You can send us a DM at We Are Supreme. That's We Are SUPRM. That's on Instagram. We also have a bunch of other pages. We have Keep It Supreme. We have Supreme Events. So just send us a message. Or most of the people know us personally. You can just send us a message on WhatsApp. My number is 661-3390, and I will facilitate your bookings.
Awesome.
And any creatives that want to work together, just hit us up and talk. We could talk.
See, you're definitely not selfish. I like that.
What about advice you would have for them other than coming and working with you? What other advice would you give them? Much?
I said earlier that you could do whatever you want to do. Just put your mind to it. I would say that people here put themselves in a box, as I said earlier. Don't be afraid of failure. Failure comes in many shapes and sizes, but it always teaches you a lesson. Learn from your mistakes and keep innovating. There's a lot of room for innovating in stkitts.
There sure is.
And what I would say to them is just practice a lot. Anytime you get the opportunity to do something, just follow it through. Practice creating your own projects and seeing them all the way through, because that would create a good habit.
And don't stop don't stop learning.
Yeah, don't stop
People
learning.
underestimate the power of knowledge. You can't just pick up a camera and shoot. There's a lot goes into it in terms of studying people's styles, just understand what they accomplish. Is a lot that goes into many art forms. So people, if you're getting into something, study it, learn it, respect it. Don't just stick it as that.
Okay.
Very well said.
So before we go, just remind folks about your upcoming event. That will be your camera. You look in there, you tell them what the time, the date, the cost of the ticket, and your dress code.
And why they should come out to that party.
Supreme Fever, Saturday 29th July. It's at Fairview. It's going to be from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $100. You can purchase tickets at SA Fashion Plus. That's across the road from Burger King. We also have tickets on JAD. You should really come up because it's going to be a different kind of party. It should have a much different energy than normal feds.
Yeah.
And we just really want people to enjoy themselves as much as possible.